everyone. I hope you guys are having a wonderful start to your day. I wanted to hop on and just kind of talk out loud, I guess, about stuff that God has showed us regarding war stuff and also current things that we see going on, and me just kind of like postulizing how all these little puzzle pieces fit together. So I'll try to tell you the parts that are me just thinking out loud versus what God has already showed us or whatever. But I wanted to give you guys a little bit of news on this front. Today, President Trump did a post where he basically tweeted out at like 5:00 p.m. to this pretty recent news. He said, "Congratulations to everyone." I'm reading it straight from Truth Social. He said it has been fully agreed by and between Israel and Iran that there will be a complete and total ceasefire in approximately 6 hours from now, when Israel and Iran have wound down and completed their progress final missions for 12 hours, at which point the war will be considered ended. Officially, Iran will start the ceasefire, and upon the 12th hour, Israel will start the ceasefire, and upon the 24th hour, an official end to the 12-day war will be saluted by the world. During each ceasefire, the other side will remain peaceful and respectful on the assumption that everything works as it should, which it will. I would like to congratulate both countries, Israel and Iran, on having the stamina, courage, and intelligence to end what should be called the 12-day war. This is a war that could have gone on for years, destroyed the entire Middle East, but it didn't, and never will. God bless Israel, God bless Iran, God bless the Middle East, God bless the United States of America, and God bless the world. Okay, so that was the tweet that he released. And you know what, guys? I would be thrilled if that happened, like if we were able to see a halt to things. But this whole time I wanted to remind you guys about a dream that God gave me, April 21st of 2025. Okay. And so this is one of the more recent dreams that he gave me. And in this dream, I was having a hard time figuring out how this would potentially fit into the puzzle based on our current events. And I'll tell you guys why in a second. So in this dream, we were in this like really big auditorium area, and a friend was with me in this dream, and we were like in this room, and there were some army generals and commanders kind of like over on the side, and they were hanging out, and everybody in the room, I just had a knowing in this dream. It's like knowledge that God gave to me that there was like, they thought there might have been a teeny tiny possibility of us going to war, but it was like not at all it was not on their radar very much, you know, in this particular dream. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, something shifted and things changed with an urgency. And they said, we are going to war. We were being prepped that we were big time about to go to war. And they told us we had to get home to our safe places, you know, or whatever. And four intentions were pretty high in the dream when all of this went down. And, you know, I told you guys with this, things rarely go the way that we think that they will. You know, like God gives us little snippets and he doesn't tell us the full picture, but sometimes he'll help you to kind of put the puzzle pieces together. You know, I have to wonder, because I was kind of like, okay, this dream did not fit in very well to my, prior to Trump announcing the ceasefire, this dream did not fit into what was going on in the natural, right? Because in order for it to surprise us, we had to be under the impression somehow that things were quote unquote more safe, and that, you know, I mean, that was the feeling in the dream, right? Was that they didn't think there was like a teeny tiny possibility of stuff kicking off, but they really didn't think it was going to go that direction, right? Well, I was trying to think about it, because the last few days would have not at all been like that before this was announced, right? We've been on high alert. They've been watching out for stuff, XYZ. But I was like, isn't that interesting, God? Like, that if this did follow through, or if it thought that it was about to follow through, and something happened now or years down the line, it would put us back in this scenario of the dream where we would feel like as a nation more safe and comfortable, and that would bring on this surprise attack / going to war quickly, whatever this change of circumstances was that the dream hinted at that would happen very quickly. And so I'm just talking out loud. My gut impression, and again, I got to say this very plainly, this is Jill, not Jesus. Okay. So please, understand that this is not stuff that I've heard from God on. My gut impression is we ain't done. Now, I could be very, very wrong on that. God has showed us more about going to war in the future, and he I've told you guys about dreams with major U.S. involvement and all of this stuff. I don't know if that's a now thing or a later thing. The timing part is the part that belongs to the Lord. But what my whole point of this video today is to say, it would put us back in the setup for this dream that God gave me on April 21st. It would put us back in the setup where it would make sense how we would be surprised, and how it would have been something that was very low on the radar, and it wouldn't have felt like we were on high alert or urgent if something like this was anticipated to happen and or did happen with a ceasefire. And so my heart and what I am praying for, as long as it's within God's will, is that we would hit that ceasefire and that lives would be saved and, XYZ. But I don't know. I'm just thinking about it today, and I just wanted you guys to think about it and kind of give your thoughts on stuff. But it would put us back in this place, if all of this is set up. And I feel like God was the one that prompted me or reminded me about that dream today. So anyway, do with that what you will. Just throwing it back out there again. Hope you guys have a great day. I'll chat with you again soon.